Hi friends, I want to continue from the video I made yesterday, and I'll start to say, especially if you are a parent who have problems with the childcare system, you are in big trouble and you really need to be strong. And if you have this quote in some of your papers, then you have been played. This was from my papers when my son went to the second class. The worst are not the evil humans' evilness, but the good humans' silence. And one more thing, if you find those kind of zero codes in your papers, I am pretty sure it's some kind of signs to the evil ones who play you. So go through your papers and see if you can find any of that kind. But I was talking about the Danish prime minister who had made, her party has made a commercial where she's taken up a ball and saying, I have taken my choice, I want to be on the children's team. And now I want to show you some more about that commercial. They have chosen this person who I assume is pensioned, but he has worked in the police, and all my life he has often been in the news when there has been something about criminality. So they have chosen him to be the one who lead this game, play. He wants some young people to play. Welcome. I have an job, let's call it job. I have a job for you today. And all the young people stand on a line, and before they go to the game, he is asking them some questions, and if they can say, if they can agree with what he is saying, then the person should go 2 steps forward. And it's the questions are about their family situation. Do you both your parents have an education? Then go 2 steps forward. Some of them do, others do not. And do you live in have you been living in a ghetto bad area? Have you never done it? Then go 2 steps forward, and so on. But there are, especially those 2 girls, they stand behind, and they could nearly not go forward to any of the questions. The one who was most behind, this girl, she only stepped forward once when they said, have you never lived in an area that has not been a tough environment? That's the only one where she can go forward. But we see when we come to the end, you can see there are very much distance between them. And of course they want to symbolize we are not equal when we go out in our life as grown-ups. And yes, what I will say here is, the Prime Minister says, I am on the children's team. And we think, oh, she wants to be good to those who are behind from the start. But what is it we can see is signaled with colors? Both those 2 girls who are left most behind from the start because of their family environment, they have chosen to give them, this one is very obviously, she looks like a military person. She had this color up here, a little light, a little dark. But the one who was lost, very much are dressed in soldiers' colors. So I think this signals that how she wants to help those children is to make them into soldiers, some kind of soldiers. But we know what happens in war. They want to help them to do bad for them, misuse them. But there are more in this commercial. This seems to be the person who are in front. He has most advantages because of the family he was born into. He was in front. But what I want you to see here with him, yes, he has a dark t-shirt, but there's a mark here with the heart. A bow down, a bow up. And that's what I want you to see. I think the dark symbolize he actually wear dark clothes. His family are in front in the system, which give him some advantage, but they do it in a dark way. So he had been raised up in the dark, to use the dark to come forward. Let me tell you what she is saying. It is not all children that has the opportunity to get the ball quite into the goal. When children's future still can be decided because of their background, then the others of us have not succeeded to create a society with quite the same opportunities for all children and young. I hope you want to be a part of it. But we had this who was in front, young man. Of course, it was much more easy for him to score the goal. But I have found some other things with that kind of symbol. This is from the Madeleine McCann case, the girl who disappeared. Here they are investigating, and one of the persons who were in that investigation had those bow up and bow down signal. And I also know it from the Berber persons in Africa. They use it. You know, once I talked about a little weird date I had with a Berber person from Morocco. I went down and visited him, and they had this Berber flag, a bow up, a bow down. We also very often see it when we see some games being played. The lane also have these, and in the basketball we see it's also in the ball they have made that sign. And funny enough, this is a book that is about basketball some way, and the line here, headline, Truth, Lies and Basketball. There we have a connection to it's about the truth and it's about the lies, and it's a gameplay. And that makes me remember when I was still living with my children's father. I searched for a pinball in America. I felt something has to happen. I somehow needed something new happen in my life, and I don't know why I searched in America. But I got a pinball, and he was a very special person, I must say. Not a person I know, but he was living among celebrities in California. And funny enough, I got response from 3 persons, 3 different. One of them was policeman, I remember, and then there was this guy. He had a radio station, and he was good to draw. He had drawn a lot of celebrities' pictures and things, but he sent me a present once where there were a sweatshirt with from this Lakers team in those yellow and purple color, and it was very big, very, very, very big. I don't know if, I assume it was a part of the game they have played with me, that this man contacted me and started to write with me, and also the gift he then sent me. And I don't know, maybe this big t-shirt I was meant to, it was not written in the letter, but maybe if I had been good to the man I lived together with, I could have given it to him, because it was more his size than it was my size. But I can also see today if it's some kind of a game where I maybe should end up to do something extreme and be looked at as a strong person. It could be a symbol for that I would be something bigger than I was. But we also see when you score in that game, the ball fall down the net in a way where you could get association to a childbirth. And there are many games with ball in different ways. And here we see they mention something with God's hand. There's some kind of a God play in it. But there are many games. And here's one we often talk about the chess game. And here it says very clear, games you can play with your pussy. And here it has the red and the black color. So if you play games with your pussy, it can be bloody and it can be dark. Here, Mom is cut away. Also a game, and we know movies. It's filled with signals for the game they play. And there are also mind games where you can end up to be played in a way where you are being locked in on a mental institution and you become crazy. Those people who run a world, they are insane. Wake up, people. Have a nice evening.